Did Tyla use Ayra Starr as a stepping stone to superstardom? Now, on my other channel, Business in Nigeria, I made a full analysis on why I thought that Ayra Starr was going to be the next biggest act coming out of Afrobeats. And I'm going to be honest with you. I said that not even knowing who Tyla was. I think I saw the hit that they had, but I hadn't realized her full potential, because so many people make hits, like so many people make songs. And Tyla, that was really the song that she used as a stepping stone. After that song, she goes on tour with Chris Brown. Going on tour with Chris Brown got her a lot of clout. And then I was actually in the room when she did that water challenge. What's her name? DJ, or what's her name again? Uncle Waffles was performing in New York City. She does that, water challenge thing, and she goes super viral. And now she's the biggest act coming out of Africa, to the effect that I would even say that she's probably the one that's going to win the best Grammy for our African artist. I will say, I think there's a 70% chance that she's going to win it. If she doesn't win it, I think it will go to Asake. But it's so interesting to me because it's just proof that in hindsight is 2020, or not. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to say that, like, you really don't know who's going to come left field. So I had given that crown to Ayra Starr because of the lack of, options that we had, but it's become very clear that Tyla took the spot. And here's what I want to talk about, right? Can I say that any one of them is more talented than the other one? No, I think that they're equally talented. Maybe even you could argue, because Tyla can dance, she can really dance. Like, I started watching her videos, she can really dance, right? The only thing that Tyla doesn't have that I think Ayra Starr has is multiple hits. Tyla only has one hit, that water song. And that water song, to me, it's really, I don't even think that song is that great, but I think that the marketing push behind that song is what has made it. And the fact, the marketing push, because there's no song that goes viral on TikTok and social media without a big marketing push. So now that song is so viral, everybody uses it in their reels, and she brought those dance moves to it. She made that challenge, which really made it go super viral. And did she use Ayra Starr as a stepping stone? This is what I will say to this. I think that Ayra Starr may have been a little bit naive in not understanding the landscape of the US market, and not understanding colorism being a thing. Because prior to her and Tyla making a song together, I think they made a song sometime in Q1 of this year, 2023. They made a song together. And before that, Tyla didn't really have music. Like, I know she was on the Netflix show Blood and Water. She had a song that was on that show. Not that she was on the show, but she had a song that was on that show. But she was relatively unknown before Ayra does this feature with her. And once Ayra does this feature with her, and we see how beautiful she is, because that's also another thing. She's very stunning. She is very beautiful. She almost looks like a prettier version of a young Selena Gomez. And then we couple that with the colorism thing that's going on in America, and why lighter skinned people are pushed to be the face of something. This is my series, Bootleg Black. That's a series, right? And I talk about how Black erasure media and the fact that the face of Black culture and Black music tends to be determined by somebody's proximity to whiteness as opposed to their proximity to Blackness. And Tyla is, in South Africa, what they call colored, which is mixed race. I know she has South African Zulu descent. She has Indian descent, and she has something else. I think it's white, not sure, but she's a mix, right? But it's so interesting to me how Ayra was looking like she was the one that was going to take the cake. She was the one, this next album that she's about to release was going to propel her into superstardom. But it's become very clear in the past, I want to say 3 months, since the viral challenge that Tyla is the one that's going to take it home. And I do think in part it has to do with her skin color, and that's just the way Hollywood works. But even more than that, I think it has to do with the fact that she can really dance. And it's just a lesson, I think, that people need to learn, not to give other people a stepping stone when you haven't even you haven't even made it yet, right? So yes, Ayra Starr has made it in the US. Sorry, she's made it in the UK, she's made it in Nigeria, she's huge. But in America, she isn't like quite a household name yet. She's not quite as big as Burna Boy, Thames, Wizkid, any of those people in America yet. People are paying attention to her. People really enjoyed her song Rush, but she's failed to have that signature song that signs her off as the superstar. And the mistake I believe she made was collaborating with Tyla at this time. And I think maybe it has to do with the people on her team are not giving her that advice about the US market, because the US market is very unique. Hollywood is a very different ballgame to any other market in the world. And making it in Hollywood will make or break you internationally. So I just see that, unfortunately, when that position was really being given, the reason why I had said that Ayra Starr was the one that's going to be the superstar is because she is compared to, say, like a Thames, who has a beautiful voice, and people compare their voices and beautiful sound. When it just comes to it, aesthetics really matter in Hollywood. And because of how beautiful Ayra Starr is, she really presented as the one that was going to take the cake. But unfortunately, aside from beauty, Hollywood is also colorist, racist. And so unfortunately, I don't think she had the foresight to understand that Tyla's proximity to whiteness is and her ability to dance is what has given her that stepping stone over Ayra Starr. And it's not a question of, oh, why can't there be two? Yeah, I think that the way that we are evolving in social media, there can be two or three. But unfortunately, there's always going to be one person that gets the superstar clout, that is at the pinnacle. And in everything, in R&B, you know, there's a reason why there's such a big disparity between Justin Bieber and Chris Brown, or Justin Bieber or Chris Brown and Jason Derulo, or Beyonce and whoever is beneath Beyonce. There is such a big disparity. There maybe Ayra Starr could be the Rihanna to Tyla's Beyonce. Maybe, and that's going to be up to her. But this is where I think that she's making some mistakes. I've been hearing I think she has a new record coming out, and she's been releasing some new music. And there's been a whitewashing of her music. I know she has a song with David Guetta. She has some songs that are sounding very pop. And I understand that there's a lot of comparison between her and Thames. She might very well be intending on just differentiating herself from Thames. But I don't think going white is the way to do that. So I just really don't know what she's doing with her music. I would have expected an evolution, but I think she could have just continued doing the music that she's doing, like with Rush. But I just felt like Ayra needed another hit, and she needed a cosign, right? So she does have this cosign. I don't think David Guetta is as big as he used to be in America. He's big in Europe, but he's just not as big as he used to be. So that's, and Lil Durk, hip hop artists are not what they used to be. Lil Durk feature is not the same thing as a Drake feature. So unfortunately, I don't know that record is going to do anything for her. It's a good record. It's an okay record. But I've been hearing a lot of this sort of like whitewashing of her music, which it just doesn't make her stand out anymore. And so I have the question, like, it's Afrobeats that we care about. That it's Afrobeats that's opening the lane. It's Afro-Fusion that is why Burna Boy is a huge star. But I think that if we can have an Afrobeats act like Asake or Burna Boy but that's female, that actually makes Afrobeats music, it's gonna be interesting. I think Tyla doesn't make Afrobeats music. Obviously, she's not Nigerian. And people would probably say something if she did. But I think Tyla has an opportunity to step into that Afro-Fusion sound. Like, did you guys see that remix that Asake made with, what's her name again? What is her name? Her.
It's lonely at the top, lonely, lonely, lonely. Money on my mind, money, money, money. Don't care what they earning about me in particular. Oh, out here on the road chasing my dream because I know. Oh, I can't waste my time for no one. I came this life on my own now. Baby, you worry about you while I face my mother. I can't rely on you. Too much money and too much pride. Still can't find no peace of mind. Count the blessings
All right, so what I'm going to say is that there's a level of refined vocal training that is coming out of American R&B acts. And when they are collaborating with Afrobeats acts, and they're making these changes, we saw it with Chris Brown with Sensational. It's doing something different to the music. And I believe that Tyla has that sound. She has that ability. She just needs that cosign from Nigeria that will say, okay, we're okay with you making Afrobeats music. Which is funny because Nigerians always appropriate Amapiano. So they should be allowed to make Afrobeats music. But she's going to get some backlash. I can see it. But I think if she veers on the point of Afro-Fusion, because once you get into Afro-Fusion, you're no longer in Nigerian territory. It's about diaspora making music. Now, if Tyla does that, I really do believe that she could really be the biggest Afro. I mean, she's already going to be that, and she's already going to be huge. I'm just more interested to see what her musical choices are going to be once she wins that Grammy, because she probably is going to win it. And I think it's unfortunate to see Ayra Starr sort of like dabble in this sort of European sound, which I don't think is going to really take her anywhere, because now her music doesn't really stand apart. It doesn't really, that Afrobeats, Afro-Fusion thing is what is rising, is what people want to hear. So seeing her play into another genre is just because she wants to stay away from Thames. I think that's problematic, because Thames is situated in a very interesting place between R&B and Afrobeats, but really on that R&B side, right? Thames is situated in that very interesting place, and it's almost like Ayra Starr is trying to differentiate herself so much from Thames that she's gone into this electro music that no black person is trying to listen to. And I just wonder, like, what's going on over there? And because of this, I rescind my point about, I think she made two mistakes. I think the first mistake she made was doing that collaboration with Tyla and bringing that girl out from obscurity, like literally opening the first doors for her. So that's the first mistake she made. And I'll say to that again, I say, when you're on an airplane, make sure you put your face mask on before you help others, right? Even your child. So that's what I would say to that. And then secondly, this choice that she's making, going into this sort of white European sounding music, and it's just making her not stand out anymore. It's unfortunate. I would like to see an Afrobeats act, female act, become a superstar. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get it anymore. I thought it was going to be Ayra Starr. I don't think it's going to be her anymore. Thames is huge. I just don't think that Thames is going to get Doja Cat status, you know? And so I thought it was going to be Ayra, but unfortunately, we're going to have to take it. South Africa has taken it. Tyla's the one, but it's now up to Tyla to make hits, because we still haven't. Okay, she has one hit and people like it, but we're going to need hits for Tyla. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. You're watching Brand Video Pro. I'm your host, Kanamo. You're watching my series Bootleg Black. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you join my subscription, members only, here on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. A peace.